Ever wonder why some folks keep going when the odds are against them? What if the secret to winning is just hanging in there? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the world of innovation in business, and you know what I mean, right? It's all about that geyser-like eruption of ideas that can transform the world, much like the groundbreaking work of Alexander Fleming, the relentless customer focus of Jeff Bezos, and the visionary leadership of Elon Musk at Tesla. Let's start with a fact: Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before the light bulb worked. That's right, 10,000 times. And here's another one: Walt Disney got rejected 300 times before funding his first film. So, what does this tell us about innovation? It's not just about having a brilliant idea, it's about the persistence and patience needed to bring that idea to life. Think of it like a geyser eruption. There's a buildup of pressure and heat beneath the surface, and then, boom. A powerful release of energy and innovation. So, what exactly is innovation? It's the process of turning a new idea into something that creates value. It's like landing a big client, selling a business, winning a race, writing a hit song, or building your dream home. It's that moment of triumph when all your hard work pays off. And what about a geyser eruption? It's the patience and persistence required to reach that moment of innovation. It's like waiting for a late bus, learning to cook without burning the kitchen, saving for a dream vacation, teaching a kid to tie their shoes, or debugging code all night. It's the journey, the struggle, the waiting, and the working that leads to that explosive release of innovation. Now, let's talk about how these two concepts are related. Patience is like the fuel, and success is the destination, but sometimes the road is blocked. Just like a geyser, the pressure builds and builds until it can't be contained anymore. And when that happens, watch out. The eruption of innovation can change the world. But it takes time, effort, and a whole lot of persistence to get there. Let's look at some stories of people who embodied this geyser-like approach to innovation. First up, Thomas Edison. He tried and failed 10,000 times before finally inventing the light bulb. Can you imagine that? 10,000 times. But he never gave up. He kept experimenting, kept trying new things, and eventually, he found the right combination. That's the power of persistence and patience in innovation. Next, we have J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. She faced rejection after rejection, 12 times, to be exact, before finally finding a publisher who believed in her work. But she didn't let those rejections stop her. She kept writing, kept refining her story, and kept pushing forward. And look at her now, a household name and a cultural phenomenon. That's the power of a geyser-like approach to innovation. Finally, we have Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. He was 65 years old when he started pitching his chicken recipe to restaurants. And he didn't stop until he had pitched it over 1,000 times. Can you imagine that? Over 1,000 times. But he never gave up. He kept refining his recipe, kept perfecting his pitch, and eventually, he found success. That's the power of persistence and patience in innovation. Now, let's talk about some great figures who have taught us about innovation. First up, Alexander Fleming. He discovered penicillin by observing and experimenting with mold. It was a simple observation that led to a groundbreaking medical innovation. But it wasn't just about the observation, it was about the curiosity and persistence that followed. Fleming didn't stop at the observation, he kept experimenting, kept trying new things, and eventually, he changed the world of medicine forever. That's the power of a geyser-like approach to innovation. Next, we have Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. He believes that true innovation comes from relentlessly focusing on customer needs. It's not just about having a great idea, it's about constantly experimenting and trying new things to meet those needs. Bezos is like a geyser, always building pressure, always pushing the boundaries, and always looking for the next big thing. And that's what has made Amazon the powerhouse it is today. Finally, we have Elon Musk, the visionary leader behind Tesla. He started with a vision to revolutionize the automotive industry through electric vehicles and sustainable energy. And he's done just that. Through continuous innovation and risk-taking, Tesla has become a market leader. Musk is like a geyser, always building pressure, always pushing the boundaries, and always looking for the next big thing. And that's what has made Tesla the powerhouse it is today. Now, let's talk about the rise of Tesla under Elon Musk's leadership. It's a perfect example of how a geyser-like approach to innovation can lead to significant breakthroughs and success in the business world. Musk started with a vision to revolutionize the automotive industry through electric vehicles and sustainable energy. And he's done just that. Through continuous innovation and risk-taking, Tesla has become a market leader. It's like a geyser eruption, the pressure builds and builds until it can't be contained anymore. And when that happens, watch out. The eruption of innovation can change the world. But it's not just about the big names and the big companies. Innovation is all around us, in every industry and every business. It's about having the courage to try new things, to take risks, and to keep pushing forward even when the odds are against you. It's about being like a geyser, always building pressure, always pushing the boundaries, and always looking for the next big thing. So, what can we learn from all of this? Well, for starters, innovation is not a one-time event. It is a process, a journey that requires patience, persistence, and a whole lot of hard work. It's like waiting for a late bus, learning to cook without burning the kitchen, saving for a dream vacation, teaching a kid to tie their shoes, or debugging code all night. It's the journey, the struggle, the waiting, and the working that leads to that explosive release of innovation. And speaking of waiting, have you ever noticed how patience is like waiting for your Wi-Fi to reconnect? It's agonizing, but you have no choice. You just have to sit there and wait, hoping that the connection will come back soon. It's the same with innovation. Sometimes you have to wait, to keep trying, to keep pushing forward even when it feels like nothing is happening. But eventually, that connection will come back, and the innovation will erupt like a geyser. But it's not just about waiting, it's also about taking action. Innovation is like a marathon, not a sprint. You have to keep running, keep moving forward, even when you feel like you can't go any further. It's like Colonel Sanders pitching his chicken recipe over 1,000 times. He didn't stop until he found success. And that's what innovation is all about, keeping going, no matter what. And let's not forget about the power of observation and experimentation. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin by simply observing and experimenting with mold. It's like being a detective, always on the lookout for clues and always trying new things to solve the mystery. That's what innovation is all about, being curious, being persistent, and never giving up until you find the answer. But perhaps the most important lesson we can learn from all of this is the importance of focusing on the customer. Jeff Bezos believes that true innovation comes from relentlessly focusing on customer needs. It's like being a chef, always trying new recipes and always looking for ways to make your customers happy. That's what innovation is all about, putting the customer first and always striving to meet their needs. So, there you have it, the power of innovation and the geyser-like approach to success. It's all about patience, persistence, and a whole lot of hard work. It's about being like Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, and Colonel Sanders, never giving up, even when the odds are against you. It's about being like Alexander Fleming, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk, always observing, always experimenting, and always pushing the boundaries. And most importantly, it's about focusing on the customer and always striving to meet their needs. So, the next time you're facing a challenge, remember the power of the geyser. Keep building pressure, keep pushing forward, and never give up. Because eventually, that eruption of innovation will come, and it will change the world. And hey, if Thomas Edison can fail 10,000 times and still invent the light bulb, then you can do anything you set your mind to, right? So, go out there and innovate like a geyser, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next big thing. But before we wrap up, let me leave you with one last thought. Innovation is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. It's exciting, it's unpredictable, and it's always full of surprises. So, embrace the journey, enjoy the ride, and never stop trying new things. Because who knows? Maybe your next big idea is just waiting to erupt like a geyser. And that's it for part 1 of our journey into innovation in business. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll dive even deeper into the world of innovation and explore how you can apply these lessons to your own business. But for now, keep building that pressure, keep pushing forward, and never give up on your dreams. Because as Thomas Edison once said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So, go out there and find your own way to innovate, and who knows, maybe you'll change the world. Now let's dive deeper into the philosophies that drive innovation, connecting them to our geyser eruption metaphor and exploring how they can lead to powerful breakthroughs in business. We'll start with Alexander Fleming's teachings, and then move on to Jeff Bezos's perspectives. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Philosophy 1 from Alexander Fleming: The power of curiosity. Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin was fueled by his insatiable curiosity. He noticed something unusual in his petri dish and decided to investigate further, leading to one of the most significant medical innovations in history. This relentless curiosity is like the heat and pressure building up beneath a geyser, pushing it to erupt with new ideas and solutions. In business, this means constantly questioning the status quo and seeking out new possibilities. It's about nurturing a culture of exploration and experimentation, where every team member feels empowered to pursue their hunches and test their theories. Let's look at how this philosophy of curiosity and excellence, arete, can be applied in different fields. 1. Athlete. Imagine a marathon runner, constantly pushing their limits and seeking new ways to improve their performance. They might experiment with different training techniques, nutrition plans, or recovery methods, always driven by a desire to understand what makes them tick. This curiosity and pursuit of excellence is what allows them to break records and inspire others, just like a geyser's eruption can inspire awe and wonder. 2. Chef. A chef who never stops exploring new ingredients, flavor combinations, and cooking techniques is embodying Fleming's philosophy. They might stumble upon a unique spice or a new way to prepare a classic dish, leading to a culinary innovation that delights their customers. This constant curiosity and drive for excellence is what keeps their menu fresh and exciting, much like the explosive energy of a geyser. 3. Painter. A painter who is always experimenting with new brush strokes, color palettes, and textures is channeling their inner Fleming. They might discover a new way to convey emotion through their art, creating a piece that resonates deeply with viewers. This relentless pursuit of excellence and curiosity about their craft is what leads to groundbreaking works of art, just as a geyser's eruption can create a breathtaking display. Philosophy 2 from Alexander Fleming. The importance of persistence. Fleming's discovery of penicillin didn't happen overnight. It took years of observation, experimentation, and refinement to turn his initial observation into a life-saving drug. This persistence in the face of challenges is like the pressure building up in a geyser, slowly but steadily working towards a powerful release. In business, this means staying committed to your vision and goals, even when the path forward seems uncertain. It's about learning from failures, iterating on your ideas, and never giving up on the potential for a breakthrough. Let's explore how this philosophy of persistence and excellence, arete, can be applied in different fields. 1. Athlete. A gymnast who tirelessly works to perfect their routine, even after countless falls and setbacks, is embodying Fleming's persistence. They might spend hours each day honing their skills, determined to stick that landing or nail that dismount. This unwavering commitment to excellence is what allows them to achieve seemingly impossible feats, much like a geyser's eruption can seem miraculous. 2. Chef. A chef who spends years perfecting a signature dish, tweaking the recipe and presentation until it's just right, is demonstrating the power of persistence. They might face criticism or lukewarm reception at first, but they keep refining their craft, trusting in their vision. This dedication to excellence is what leads to culinary masterpieces that stand the test of time, just as a geyser's eruption can leave a lasting impact on the landscape. 3. Painter. An artist who spends months or even years working on a single piece, layering colors and textures until they achieve their desired effect, is channeling Fleming's persistence. They might feel frustrated or discouraged at times, but they keep pushing forward, driven by their passion for their art. This unwavering commitment to excellence is what leads to timeless works that inspire generations, much like a geyser's eruption can inspire awe for centuries. Philosophy 3 from Alexander Fleming. The value of observation. Fleming's discovery of penicillin began with a simple observation of mold growth in his petri dish. He noticed something unusual and decided to investigate further, leading to a groundbreaking innovation. This keen sense of observation is like the heat and pressure building up in a geyser, slowly gathering the energy needed for a powerful release. In business, this means being attuned to your surroundings, noticing patterns and anomalies, and using those insights to drive innovation. It's about cultivating a mindset of mindfulness and curiosity, always looking for opportunities to learn and grow. Let's see how this philosophy of observation and excellence, arete, can be applied in different fields. 1. Athlete. A basketball player who meticulously studies game footage, analyzing their own performance and that of their opponents, is embodying Fleming's value of observation. They might notice a subtle weakness in their opponent's defense or a slight flaw in their own shooting form, and use that insight to improve their game. This keen sense of observation and pursuit of excellence is what allows them to stay one step ahead of the competition, just as a geyser's eruption can catch onlookers by surprise. 2. Chef, a chef who pays close attention to their customers' feedback, noticing which dishes are most popular and which ingredients are most loved, is demonstrating the power of observation. They might spot a trend in their customers' preferences or a gap in their menu, and use that insight to create new dishes that delight their patrons. This attentiveness to detail and commitment to excellence is what keeps their restaurant thriving, much like a geyser's eruption can sustain an ecosystem. 3. Painter, an artist who spends hours observing the world around them, capturing the play of light and shadow or the emotions on a person's face, is channeling Fleming's value of observation. They might notice a unique color combination in nature or a compelling expression in a crowd, and use that insight to create a powerful work of art. This deep observation and pursuit of excellence is what leads to paintings that resonate with viewers on a profound level, just as a geyser's eruption can evoke a strong emotional response. Now, let's shift gears and explore 3 philosophies from Jeff Bezos, connecting them to our geyser eruption metaphor and seeing how they can drive innovation in business. Philosophy 1 from Jeff Bezos, Customer Obsession. Jeff Bezos believes that true innovation comes from relentlessly focusing on customer needs and experimenting with new ideas to meet those needs. This customer obsession is like the heat and pressure building up in a geyser, constantly gathering energy and momentum until it erupts with a powerful solution. In business, this means putting your customers at the center of everything you do, listening to their feedback, and using it to drive continuous improvement and innovation. It's about being willing to take risks and try new things, always with the goal of delighting your customers. Let's see how this philosophy of customer obsession and the 10,000-hour rule can be applied in different fields. 1. Guitarist, a guitarist who spends countless hours practicing and perfecting their craft, always with the goal of creating music that resonates with their audience, is embodying Bezos's customer obsession. They might spend years honing their technique and experimenting with different styles, all to deliver a performance that moves their listeners. This dedication to their craft and focus on their audience is what leads to truly innovative music, just as a geyser's eruption can create a transformative experience. 2. Coder, a software developer who tirelessly works to improve their skills and create user-friendly, intuitive programs is demonstrating the power of customer obsession. They might spend thousands of hours learning new languages and testing different approaches, always with the goal of making their users' lives easier. This commitment to their users and willingness to put in the time is what leads to groundbreaking software that changes the way people work and play, much like a geyser's eruption can reshape the landscape. 3. Surgeon, a surgeon who constantly seeks out new techniques and technologies to improve patient outcomes is embodying Bezos's customer obsession. They might spend years studying and practicing, always with the goal of providing the best possible care for their patients. This dedication to their patients and willingness to innovate is what leads to life-saving breakthroughs in medicine, just as a geyser's eruption can bring new life to an ecosystem. Philosophy 2 from Jeff Bezos, Experimentation and Risk-Taking. Bezos believes that innovation requires a willingness to experiment and take risks, even if it means failing along the way. This mindset is like the heat and pressure building up in a geyser, pushing it to try new paths and explore new possibilities until it erupts with a breakthrough. In business, this means fostering a culture of experimentation, where failure is seen as a learning opportunity and a stepping stone to success. It's about being willing to try new things, even if they might not work out, and using those experiences to drive innovation and growth. Let's explore how this philosophy of experimentation and risk-taking, combined with the 10,000-hour rule, can be applied in different fields. 1. Guitarist, a guitarist who constantly experiments with new techniques, sounds, and styles, even if it means risking a few off-key notes along the way, is embodying Bezos's philosophy. They might spend thousands of hours practicing and trying out new ideas, always pushing the boundaries of what's possible. This willingness to take risks and put in the time is what leads to truly innovative music that breaks the mold, just as a geyser's eruption can create a new path forward. 2. Coder, a software developer who is always experimenting with new programming languages, frameworks, and approaches, even if it means encountering a few bugs along the way, is demonstrating the power of experimentation. They might spend years learning and trying out new ideas, always with the goal of creating more efficient and effective code. This willingness to take risks and put in the time is what leads to groundbreaking software that revolutionizes industries, much like a geyser's eruption can transform a landscape. 3. Surgeon, a surgeon who is constantly seeking out new surgical techniques and technologies, even if it means facing the risk of complications, is embodying Bezos's philosophy. They might spend thousands of hours studying and practicing, always with the goal of improving patient outcomes. This willingness to take risks and put in the time is what leads to life-saving innovations in medicine, just as a geyser's eruption can bring new life to an ecosystem. Philosophy 3 from Jeff Bezos. Long-term thinking. Bezos believes that true innovation requires a long-term perspective, focusing on building for the future rather than just the next quarter. This long-term thinking is like the heat and pressure building up in a geyser over time, slowly gathering the energy needed for a powerful release. In business, this means being willing to invest in ideas and initiatives that may not pay off immediately, but have the potential to create significant value in the long run. It's about having the patience and vision to see beyond short-term gains and focus on creating lasting impact. Let's see how this philosophy of long-term thinking and the 10,000-hour rule can be applied in different fields. 1. Guitarist. A guitarist who spends years honing their craft, always with an eye towards creating music that will stand the test of time, is embodying Bezos's long-term thinking. They might spend thousands of hours practicing and composing, focused on building a legacy that will inspire future generations. This dedication to their art and willingness to put in the time is what leads to timeless music that continues to resonate, just as a geyser's eruption can leave a lasting impact on the landscape. 2. Coder. A software developer who is always thinking about the future of technology and working to build solutions that will be relevant for years to come is demonstrating the power of long-term thinking. They might spend thousands of hours learning and developing, always with the goal of creating software that will adapt and evolve over time. This focus on the long term and willingness to put in the time is what leads to innovative programs that change the world, much like a geyser's eruption can reshape the landscape. 3. Surgeon. A surgeon who is constantly researching and developing new techniques and treatments, always with an eye towards improving patient outcomes in the long run, is embodying Bezos's philosophy. They might spend thousands of hours studying and practicing, focused on building a body of knowledge that will benefit future generations. This dedication to their patience and willingness to put in the time is what leads to life-saving innovations that transform medicine, just as a geyser's eruption can bring new life to an ecosystem. Now, let's take a look at 3 inspiring stories of innovation and resilience, connecting them to our geyser eruption metaphor and seeing how they embody the philosophies we've discussed. Story 1. Disney's bankruptcy to empire rise. Walt Disney's journey from bankruptcy to building an entertainment empire is a testament to the power of innovation and perseverance. In the early 1920s, Disney faced financial ruin after his first studio went bankrupt. But he didn't let that stop him. Instead, he channeled his curiosity and persistence into creating new characters and stories, eventually leading to the birth of Mickey Mouse and the Disney Empire. This relentless drive to innovate and push forward, even in the face of failure, is like the heat and pressure building up in a geyser, slowly gathering the energy needed for a powerful release. Disney's story reminds us that with a long-term vision and a willingness to experiment, even the most challenging setbacks can lead to incredible breakthroughs. Story 2. Musk's SpaceX near failures. Elon Musk's journey with SpaceX is a prime example of how experimentation and risk-taking can lead to groundbreaking innovation. In the early days of SpaceX, the company faced numerous setbacks and failures, including several rocket explosions. But Musk and his team didn't give up. They used each failure as a learning opportunity, iterating on their designs and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. This willingness to take risks and learn from failure is like the heat and pressure building up in a geyser, slowly gathering the energy needed for a powerful release. SpaceX's eventual success in revolutionizing the space industry shows us that with a customer-obsessed mindset and a commitment to long-term thinking, even the most ambitious goals can be achieved. Story 3. Oprah's rags to TV queen journey. Oprah Winfrey's rise from a challenging childhood to becoming a media mogul is a powerful example of how observation and customer obsession can drive innovation. Growing up in poverty, Oprah learned to connect with people from all walks of life, honing her skills in observation and empathy. She brought this gift to her talk show, where she focused relentlessly on her audience's needs and desires, creating content that resonated deeply with viewers. This customer obsession and keen sense of observation is like the heat and pressure building up in a geyser, slowly gathering the energy needed for a powerful release. Oprah's success in building a media empire shows us that by staying curious, persistent, and focused on our customers, we can create innovations that transform industries and touch lives. As we've seen, innovation in business is like the eruption of a geyser. It requires a buildup of heat and pressure, a willingness to experiment and take risks, and a relentless focus on meeting customer needs. By embodying the philosophies of Alexander Fleming and Jeff Bezos, and drawing inspiration from stories of resilience and success, we can harness the power of innovation to drive our businesses forward and create lasting impact. So let's keep that heat and pressure building, always pushing towards that next big eruption of ideas and breakthroughs. Pretty cool, huh? In the bustling world of business, innovation is the lifeblood that keeps companies thriving and evolving. You see the point, don't you? It's like a geyser erupting with a powerful release of energy and ideas, much like the innovative spirit we've explored throughout this series. From Alexander Fleming's accidental discovery of penicillin to Jeff Bezos's relentless focus on customer obsession, and Elon Musk's transformative vision at Tesla, we've seen how innovation can lead to monumental breakthroughs. But what does this all mean for life, and can we apply these lessons to our own journeys? Let's dive deeper into the meaning behind these stories. Innovation isn't just about creating new products or services, it's about fostering a mindset that embraces curiosity, persistence, and a willingness to take risks. Just as a geyser builds pressure beneath the surface before erupting, so too do our ideas need time and nurturing to come to fruition. It's like trying to make a perfect souffle. You need the right ingredients, the perfect timing, and a bit of patience before it rises to its full potential. Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin is a testament to the power of observation and experimentation. He noticed something unusual happening with mold in his petri dish and decided to explore it further. This curiosity led to one of the most significant medical breakthroughs in history. It's like finding a hidden treasure in your backyard. You never know what you might discover if you just take a closer look. Jeff Bezos' approach to innovation at Amazon is all about customer obsession. He believes that by focusing relentlessly on what customers need and want, you can create groundbreaking solutions. It's like being a detective, constantly searching for clues to solve the mystery of customer satisfaction. This approach has led Amazon to innovate in countless ways, from one-click ordering to the development of Alexa. Elon Musk's journey with Tesla is a prime example of how a geyser-like approach to innovation can lead to transformative success. He started with a vision to revolutionize the automotive industry through electric vehicles and sustainable energy. Despite numerous challenges and setbacks, Musk and his team persisted, continuously innovating and taking risks. It's like playing a high-stakes game of chess. You need to think several moves ahead and be willing to sacrifice some pieces along the way. Now, let's reflect on what these stories mean for our own lives. What does it mean to live a life of innovation? And how can we apply these lessons to our personal and professional journeys? First, let's consider what this means for life. Innovation is not just a business concept, it's a way of approaching life with an open mind and a willingness to explore new possibilities. It's about embracing change and seeing challenges as opportunities for growth. Just as a geyser transforms the landscape around it, so too can our innovative ideas shape our lives and the world around us. But can we apply these lessons to our own lives? Absolutely. Here are 5 tips to help you cultivate an innovative mindset. 1. Embrace curiosity. Like Alexander Fleming, be open to exploring the world around you. Ask questions, seek out new experiences, and never stop learning. Curiosity is the fuel that drives innovation. By staying curious, you'll be more likely to stumble upon new ideas and opportunities. 2. Focus on the customer. Whether you're running a business or navigating your personal life, always keep the needs of others in mind. Just as Jeff Bezos prioritizes customer obsession, strive to understand and meet the needs of those around you. This approach will help you develop solutions that truly make a difference. 3. Take calculated risks. Innovation often requires stepping out of your comfort zone and taking risks. Like Elon Musk, be willing to bet on your ideas and push boundaries. But remember to approach risks with a clear strategy and a willingness to learn from failure. It's like trying a new recipe. Sometimes you need to experiment and adjust along the way. 4. Persist through challenges. The path to innovation is rarely smooth. Like a geyser building pressure beneath the surface, you may face setbacks and obstacles along the way. But if you persist and keep pushing forward, you'll eventually see your ideas come to life. It's like training for a marathon. It takes time, effort, and determination to reach the finish line. 5. Celebrate small wins. Innovation doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of continuous improvement and incremental progress. Like a geyser slowly building pressure, celebrate the small victories along the way. These moments of success will keep you motivated and inspired to keep pushing forward. Now, let's explore some inspiring stories of individuals who embodied these principles of innovation in their own lives. Steve Jobs' comeback at Apple is a testament to the power of innovation and perseverance. After being ousted from the company he co-founded, Jobs returned in 1997 and led Apple to new heights. He revolutionized the tech industry with products like the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, forever changing the way we interact with technology. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Jobs' innovative spirit and determination allowed him to transform Apple into one of the most successful companies in the world. Nelson Mandela's 27-year wait for freedom is a powerful example of persistence and resilience. Despite being imprisoned for his fight against apartheid, Mandela never gave up on his vision for a free and equal South Africa. Upon his release, he worked tirelessly to bring about change and reconciliation. It's like a seed buried deep in the ground. Mandela's unwavering commitment and patience eventually blossomed into a new era of hope and progress for his country. Albert Einstein's late blooming genius shows that innovation can happen at any age. Despite struggling in school and facing numerous setbacks, Einstein continued to pursue his passion for physics. His groundbreaking theory of relativity, published when he was 36, revolutionized our understanding of the universe. It's like a fine wine, Einstein's ideas only grew richer and more profound with time, proving that innovation knows no age limit. Ludwig van Beethoven's ability to compose masterpieces despite his deafness is a testament to the power of creativity and determination. As his hearing deteriorated, Beethoven relied on his inner vision and imagination to create some of the most beloved works in classical music. His ability to innovate and adapt in the face of adversity is truly inspiring. It's like painting a masterpiece with your eyes closed. Beethoven's music continues to move and inspire us, even centuries later. As we wrap up this exploration of innovation in business and life, I want to leave you with some questions to ponder and discuss. 1. What's your toughest wait? Share below. Have you ever had to wait patiently for something important in your life, like Mandela's 27-year wait for freedom? How did you stay motivated and focused during that time? 2. Could you keep going after 1,000 no's? Think about the persistence of innovators like Alexander Fleming and Elon Musk. Have you ever faced rejection or failure in your own pursuits? What strategies have you used to keep pushing forward despite setbacks? 3. How do you stay curious? Curiosity is the driving force behind innovation, as exemplified by Fleming's discovery of penicillin. What habits or practices do you have in place to keep your mind open and engaged with the world around you? 4. What's your biggest risk? Taking calculated risks is a key part of the innovation process, as demonstrated by Musk's journey with Tesla. Have you ever taken a big risk in your life or career? What was the outcome, and what did you learn from the experience? 5. How do you celebrate small wins? The path to innovation is filled with small victories, like the gradual buildup of pressure in a geyser. How do you acknowledge and celebrate your own progress, no matter how incremental? What impact does this have on your motivation and overall success? As we conclude this journey through the world of innovation, remember that the lessons we've explored are not just for business leaders or inventors. They're for all of us, as we navigate the challenges and opportunities of our own lives. Whether you're facing a difficult wait, pushing through rejection, or striving to stay curious and engaged, the principles of innovation can guide you towards a more fulfilling and impactful life. So, keep nurturing your ideas, stay curious, and never be afraid to take risks. Like a geyser building pressure beneath the surface, your innovative spirit is ready to erupt and transform the world around you. Embrace the journey, celebrate the small wins, and keep pushing forward. The future is yours to shape, one innovative idea at a time.